In the beginning, there was fire. Raw, untamed, violent fire. For decades, that fire lived inside every Lamborghini V12. A sound so powerful, it could shake the soul. A machine so emotional, it felt alive. But the world changed. Silence arrived. Electricity arrived. And many believed the age of roaring engines was coming to an end. But Lamborghini never followed the future. Lamborghini creates it. And now, from the shadows of Sant'Agata Bolognese, a new creature is born. Not fully electric, not trapped in the past. Something never seen before. The first plug-in hybrid V12 Lamborghini in history. A machine where thunder meets lightning, where brutal combustion collides with instant electric power, where tradition and revolution become one. This is not the death of the V12. This is its rebirth. Introducing the new Lamborghini Revuelto. From now on, the night is silent. Rain falls over the empty streets of Italy. Deep inside Lamborghini headquarters, engineers stand around a covered machine. No cameras, no audience, only tension. Because tonight, everything changes. For more than 60 years, Lamborghini built legends powered by pure gasoline fury. The Lamborghini Miura, the Lamborghini Countach, the Lamborghini Diablo, the Lamborghini Murcielago, and the king of modern V12 monsters, the Lamborghini Aventador. Cars that didn't whisper, cars that screamed, cars built to terrify. But emissions laws tightened. The automotive world rushed toward electrification. Brands everywhere began abandoning their identities, chasing efficiency over emotion. People feared Lamborghini would lose its soul. Could electricity ever replace the madness of a naturally aspirated V12? Lamborghini had one answer: no. Instead of killing emotion, they evolved it. For years, secret development programs worked in silence. Designers, aerodynamic specialists, battery engineers, powertrain experts, all focused on one impossible mission: create the most emotional hybrid supercar ever built. Not a compromise, not an eco-friendly experiment, a true Lamborghini. And finally, after years hidden in darkness, the cover rises. Sharp lines emerge beneath the lights. Y-shaped LEDs ignite like alien eyes. Carbon fiber glows under the rain. The Revuelto awakens, and the world would never be the same again. The first thing you notice is the design. This isn't just a car. It looks like a weapon from the future. Every angle feels aggressive. Every surface looks alive. The Revuelto carries Lamborghini DNA, but evolves it into something more extreme. The front end looks like a futuristic fighter jet. Massive air channels slice through the body. Hexagonal exhausts burn like rocket engines. And the signature Y-shaped lighting creates a face unlike anything else on the road. Even standing still, it feels dangerous. But beauty means nothing without purpose. Every line on the Revuelto exists for performance. Air flows through hidden aerodynamic tunnels. Downforce increases dramatically over the Aventador. Cooling systems feed both the V12 engine and the hybrid components simultaneously. This machine breathes differently. And then, the doors rise upward. The legendary scissor doors remain, because some traditions are too sacred to disappear. Inside, the cockpit feels like a spaceship built for war. Digital information flows everywhere. Carbon fiber covers almost every surface. The steering wheel looks ready for launch control at Mach speed. But despite all the futuristic technology, one thing dominates the cabin: the start button. Hidden beneath a red fighter jet flip cover. Lift it, press it, and history explodes to life. The 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 awakens. No turbochargers, no fake sound, no artificial drama. Real combustion, real violence, real Lamborghini emotion. But now, something else joins the orchestra. Electric motors. 3 of them. 1 integrated into the gearbox, 2 powering the front axle. Together, they create a completely new type of monster. The V12 alone already sounds insane, but the electric motors add instant torque the very moment you touch the accelerator. No hesitation, no waiting, only immediate brutality. The combined output? Over 1,000 horsepower, a number once reserved for hypercars costing millions. Now unleashed in Lamborghini's new flagship beast. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour happens in around 2.5 seconds. That's not acceleration, that's teleportation. Your vision blurs, your chest tightens, the world bends backward, and the sound, dear God, the sound. The Revuelto screams at over 9,000 RPM, like a mechanical demon. A high-pitched symphony of fury and engineering perfection. But unlike old Lamborghinis, this monster also has another personality: silence. For the first time ever, a V12 Lamborghini can move using electric power alone. No engine noise, no explosions, just quiet movement through the darkness. It feels unnatural, almost forbidden. A Lamborghini, silent? Yet somehow, it works. Because the silence only makes the storm more terrifying when it arrives. And that's what makes the Revuelto revolutionary. It doesn't erase Lamborghini history, it amplifies it. This isn't about becoming soft, it's about becoming faster, smarter, more extreme. Electricity here is not used for saving fuel, it's used for war. The hybrid system fills every gap in performance. Corner exits become explosive. Traction becomes supernatural. Acceleration becomes relentless. The front electric motors also introduce torque vectoring. That means the car can independently control power delivery to each front wheel. The result? The Revuelto corners with terrifying precision. It no longer feels like a heavy V12 supercar fighting physics. It feels like physics surrendered. On mountain roads, the car dances. On racetracks, it attacks. On highways, it dominates everything in sight. And yet, the engineers still obsessed over emotion more than numbers. Because Lamborghini understood something many brands forgot. Supercars are not about logic. They are about feeling, fear, adrenaline, excitement. The moment your pulse rises before pressing the accelerator. The moment strangers stop and stare. The moment tunnels become concert halls for mechanical rage. That emotional experience had to survive electrification. And somehow, Lamborghini achieved it. The Revuelto feels alive. The steering communicates every vibration. The chassis reacts instantly. The gearbox slams through gears violently. This machine doesn't isolate you from speed. It throws you directly into it. And underneath all this chaos lies one of the most advanced Lamborghini platforms ever. Created, an entirely new carbon fiber monofuselage chassis. Lighter, stronger, more rigid, inspired partly by aerospace engineering. Weight distribution improved dramatically. Structural efficiency increased massively. Everything was redesigned from the ground up. Because the Revuelto wasn't built as an upgraded Aventador. It was built as the future, from now on. But the Revuelto represents something even bigger than one car. It represents Lamborghini's survival strategy in the electric age. Because the truth is brutal. The automotive world is changing faster than ever before. Governments demand lower emissions. Cities restrict combustion engines. Electric vehicles dominate headlines. And many legendary brands are struggling to adapt. Some lost their identity completely. But Lamborghini chose a different path. Instead of replacing passion, they electrified it. That philosophy is now reshaping the entire company. The Revuelto is only the beginning. Future Lamborghinis will evolve further. Hybrid systems will become even more powerful. Technology will become even more advanced. Eventually, full electrification may arrive. But Lamborghini wants to make sure one thing survives through every transformation: emotion. Because without emotion, a Lamborghini means nothing. That's why the Revuelto matters. It proves electrification doesn't have to be boring. It can be violent, dramatic, terrifying. It can still make your heart race. And perhaps that's why demand exploded instantly. Before many customers even saw the car in person, production slots were already sold out for years. Because people realized something important. The Revuelto is not just another supercar. It's a historic turning point. The bridge between two automotive eras. The final evolution of the old world. And the first true Lamborghini of the new one. From now on, imagine driving it at night. Empty highway. City lights reflecting across wet pavement. The cockpit glowing red around you. The car moves silently in electric mode. Calm, controlled, waiting. Then your foot presses deeper. The V12 ignites behind your head like an explosion. The entire machine transforms instantly. Electric torque launches you forward while the engine screams toward the sky. Buildings blur, streetlights stretch into lines. Your heartbeat disappears beneath mechanical fury. This is not transportation. This is an event, a moment, a time when a machine capable of making you feel alive in a world becoming increasingly digital and disconnected. And perhaps that is Lamborghini's greatest achievement. Not horsepower, not top speed, not technology, emotion. Because in an age of silent electric appliances pretending to be sports cars, the Revuelto still feels dangerous, still feels rebellious, still feels like a Lamborghini. And the craziest part? This is only the beginning. Because if this is Lamborghini's first electrified V12, imagine what comes next. More power, more intelligence, more speed, but hopefully even more soul. The storm has arrived. Thunder and lightning together at last. A new era begins now. Not quietly, not carefully, but with fire, with electricity, with over 1,000 horsepower screaming into the future. This is the Lamborghini Revuelto, the beast that changed Lamborghini forever, the machine that proved electrification could still terrify the world. Of the V12. From now on. But every revolution comes with a question. Can a hybrid Lamborghini truly become immortal? Because legends are not measured only by speed. They are measured by impact. The Lamborghini Countach shocked the world with its futuristic shape. The Lamborghini Diablo became the poster car of an entire generation. The Lamborghini Aventador kept the naturally aspirated V12 alive, while the industry surrendered to turbocharging. And now, the Lamborghini Revuelto carries the burden of the future on its shoulders. A future many enthusiasts feared. Because for car lovers, electrification once sounded like the end of emotion. People imagined silent machines, heavy batteries, artificial sounds, computer-controlled driving with no soul. But the first time journalists drove the Revuelto, something unexpected happened. They smiled. Not polite smiles, not corporate approval, real excitement. Because the Revuelto still feels insane. The steering remains sharp and alive. The rear end still feels wild under hard acceleration. The V12 still dominates the experience with pure mechanical rage. Except now, the electric systems make everything even more explosive. The front axle pulls the car into corners with unnatural precision. Instant torque fills every gap in power delivery. Gear changes hit harder because the hybrid system keeps acceleration continuous. The result feels almost supernatural, as if the car predicts the future half a second before you do. And that changes everything. For decades, supercars demanded compromise. You accepted brutal fuel economy, terrible comfort, heavy steering, difficult city driving. But the Revuelto begins blurring the line between monster and machine intelligence. In traffic, it can glide quietly on electric power. Parking becomes easier thanks to instant torque control. Low-speed driving feels smoother than older Lamborghinis ever could. But the moment the road opens, the animal returns. And that dual personality may be the most important evolution Lamborghini has ever created. Because future supercars cannot survive by being one-dimensional. They must adapt. They must become more advanced without becoming boring. Lamborghini understands that better than most. That's why the Revuelto's driving modes completely transform the car's personality. Città mode turns the machine civilized and electric-focused. Strada balances comfort with performance. Sport mode sharpens the aggression. And then there's Corsa. Corsa mode unleashes chaos. The suspension stiffens, the throttle becomes razor-sharp. The gearbox shifts violently. The hybrid system prioritizes maximum attack. And suddenly, the Revuelto no longer feels like a road car. It feels like a fighter jet allowed onto public streets. Every acceleration becomes addictive. Every tunnel becomes an opportunity. Every downshift sounds like artillery fire. People turn their heads before they even see the car. Because no electric speaker can fake what a Lamborghini V12 does naturally. That sound comes from explosions, from pistons moving at terrifying speeds, from decades of engineering obsession. And Lamborghini protected that sound at all costs. Even while developing hybrid technology, engineers spent countless hours tuning the emotional experience. How should the throttle respond? How should the electric motors interact with the V12? How aggressive should the shifts feel? How much vibration should the driver feel through the chassis? These details matter because emotion lives in tiny moments. The crack during an upshift, the vibration at idle, the scream above 8,500 RPM, the feeling of the entire chassis squatting under acceleration. The Revuelto preserves all of it, which is why many enthusiasts now believe this car may become one of the greatest Lamborghinis ever built. Not because it abandoned tradition, because it respected tradition enough to evolve it correctly. And that evolution extends beyond performance. The technology inside the Revuelto is on another level. Advanced driver displays provide real-time hybrid system data. Aerodynamic systems actively optimize airflow. Car constantly manages battery performance, cooling efficiency, and torque distribution thousands of times per second. It's an engineering masterpiece hidden beneath emotional chaos. And yet, Lamborghini intentionally avoided making it feel too perfect, because perfection can become sterile. A Lamborghini should still feel dangerous. You should still feel slightly intimidated every time you start it. That fear is part of the experience. And trust me, the Revuelto still delivers it. At high speeds, the car feels brutally fast. Not smooth fast, not luxury fast, violent fast. The kind of acceleration that changes your breathing. The kind that makes passengers grab the dashboard instinctively. Over 350 kilometers per hour of top speed. A launch so aggressive, it feels like your internal organs lag behind your body. This machine does not politely introduce performance. It attacks you with it. And somehow, that aggression exists alongside cutting-edge electrification. That combination is exactly why the Revuelto matters historically. Years from now, people may look back at this car as the moment the supercar world changed direction. Not toward silence, not toward emotionless technology, but toward amplified performance through electrification. And suddenly, every competitor had to respond. Ferrari, McLaren, Porsche, everyone realized the game had changed again. Because Lamborghini didn't just build a hybrid, they built a statement. A message to the entire automotive world. The future does not belong to boring cars. That philosophy is already shaping the next generation of performance machines. Hybrid hypercars are becoming more extreme than anything powered solely by gasoline ever could be. Electric motors eliminate hesitation. Battery systems provide instant bursts of energy. Software optimizes traction beyond human capability. But without emotion, none of it matters. And Lamborghini knows that emotion cannot be simulated. It must be engineered. The Revuelto feels more like a living creature than a computer. The engine screams. The chassis flexes under pressure. The exhaust crackles violently during deceleration. Every sensation reminds you that something mechanical and explosive still lives beneath the technology. And maybe that balance is Lamborghini's greatest victory. Not resisting the future, not surrendering to it, mastering it, from now on. But there's another reason the Revuelto became such a phenomenon. It represents hope for enthusiasts, hope that performance cars still have a future, because many people feared governments and regulations would slowly erase emotional driving forever. That future still may come one day, but the Revuelto proves there's still room for madness in the modern world. Still room for drama. Still room for machines that exist purely to make people feel something powerful. And that matters more than ever. Because today's world is filled with quiet screens and digital experiences. Algorithms decide what we watch. Artificial intelligence shapes conversations. Everything becomes cleaner, safer, calmer. But a Lamborghini was never supposed to be calm. It was supposed to be outrageous. And the Revuelto remains outrageously alive. Even its name sounds aggressive. Revuelto comes from the world of Spanish fighting bulls, a symbol of unpredictability, violence, resistance. The perfect name for a car refusing to let the V12 die quietly. And when you finally see one in person, you understand immediately why people are obsessed with it. The car sits impossibly low. The body looks sculpted by wind tunnels and rage. Every surface reflects light like sharpened metal. It doesn't look designed for ordinary roads. It looks designed for another planet. Children stop and stare. Adults pull out phones instantly. Even people who know nothing about cars feel its presence. Because the Revuelto doesn't just arrive. It sells. Loudly, violently, unforgettably. And maybe that is the true purpose of a Lamborghini. Not practicality, not efficiency, emotion. Pure emotional impact. The kind that stays in your memory forever after the engine shuts off. The kind that makes posters return to bedroom walls again. The kind that reminds the world why supercars exist in the first place. Not for transportation, for dreams. And the Revuelto may become one of the final great automotive dreams of the combustion era. A bridge between analog fury and electric evolution. A machine born during one of the biggest transformations in automotive history. And somehow, against all odds, it made the future exciting again.
I don't know if I can